Alright, so this video is going to discuss the definition of the trig functions, but for right triangles. Right? So here's the definition. So we've got a right triangle in standard form. So for any acute angle theta in standard form, right, like this, okay. So we have an acute angle, it means that's between 0 and 90 degrees. So this distance here would be x, this distance here would be y, and this distance would be r, just from our previous definition. But I'm also going to use the following terminology. Okay, so here's your angle theta, right? So the y here, the side that's y, that's the side that's opposite your angle theta. X is the side that is adjacent to angle theta. And r is the hypotenuse, right? So if this is your angle theta, then this side right here is called adjacent, and this side right here is called opposite. All right, we know sine of theta is y over r, right? But now I'm going to use the following phrase. It's going to be the side opposite theta divided by the hypotenuse. That's really what y is, right? It's the side opposite your angle, and r is really the hypotenuse. So we're going to remember the sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta, remember that was x over r, right? So then that would be the adjacent side, the length of the adjacent side, divided by the hypotenuse. So tangent theta was y over x, and so that is opposite, I'm going to shorthand it now, opposite over adjacent. Everybody with me? All right, so cosecant was the reciprocal of sine, so that would be hypotenuse over opposite. Secant was the reciprocal of cosine, so that would be hypotenuse over adjacent. And cotangent was the reciprocal of tangent, and that would be adjacent over opposite. All right, but really, these other three over here, we know those if we already know sine and cosine and tangent. So really, all we're going to remember is the sine, cosine, and tangent situation. So we need to remember that for an acute angle, for an angle that's less than 90 degrees, and we're in a right triangle, then sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, the cosine of the angle theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, and the tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. Well, you may ask, how are we going to remember that? Well, by this acronym, Sohcahtoa, right, or Sohcahtoa. Sohcahtoa, however you want to pronounce it, doesn't really matter. The catch is how to spell it, right? Here's how we're going to use it. It's an acronym to help us figure out what goes over what. So S is for sine, and that's opposite over hypotenuse. C is for cosine, and that's adjacent over hypotenuse. T is for tangent, and that's opposite over adjacent. So Sohcahtoa, or Sohcahtoa, however you want to remember it, but we need to be able to spell it S-O-H-C-A-H-T-O-A. And it will indeed help you remember how to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of angles that are acute. All right, so learn that acronym, and now let's go try an example. All right, so there's your angle theta, and we've got a triangle. It's a right triangle. This side's 3, this side's 4, and the hypotenuse is 5. So the sine of theta, well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, right? So sine of theta is 4/5. Cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of theta is 3/5, because 3 is what's adjacent to your angle. Tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent, and so opposite, the side opposite the angle is 4, the side adjacent to the angle is 3. And then once you know those three, you could go get the other three, cosecant, secant, and cotangent if need be. All right, so Right triangle trigonometry. That's what we're playing with now. Study well. Please let me know if you have any questions.